So, welcome to Wellness Decoded. This is our part two of Carlota's health journey. Her first part was just her consultation, and this is going to be her lab review. So, Carlota is excited to hear kind of like what's going on. We do have from the last podcast, we talked about how she's never been really on hormones except for progesterone. And so we're gonna look at what it is that she needs to kind of balance her out and feel good and all the other things that she's concerned about, bone and joint pain, weight gain, things like that. So starting with just the complete metabolic panel,
Okay.
glucose is beautiful. Your BUN and creatinine the BUN is good. The creatinine is a little high, and this is your kidney function. And I'll tell you why it's nothing to stress too much about. But you have a GFR that tells how fast your kidneys are filtering water. The glomerular filtration rate is what it stands for. And you are a little low on that. So when I see it less than 90, I get concerned about dehydration, and you're at 64. So
Okay.
you're what we call moderate dehydration. So that's the reason why your creatine is high right now. But are you taking creatine at all?
No.
Good. Don't take it. Don't
Okay.
take it when you work out. I think it's a very dangerous supplement for
Okay.
some people who have issues like dehydration type issues. Now, if
Okay.
that person drinks a ton of water, they can take creatine all day. And just as an FYI, the reason why is because it sucks all the water out of your kidneys and puts it in your muscles to make you look bulkier. And
Uh-huh.
so that's why people love it. It's usually guys, but girls like it too because it makes you feel good. So don't do it. Don't
Oh,
fall under their spell. Just
no,
kidding.
no creatine for Carlota. Got it.
Anyway,
More
so
water, though, I guess, right? Is that what you're saying?
once you kind of go closer to 2 to 3 liters, if you're really kind of low right now, let's stay at 2 and
Okay.
then move yourself up to 3 liters later. And just so you know, I'm writing all this down on a summary for you, and that'll be
Okay.
emailed to you. Sodium looks good, potassium chloride, carbon dioxide looks good, calcium is 9.5, protein is 7.2. You can go up a little bit on your protein because normal is 6 to 8.5, but it's pretty good. Okay.
Okay.
Albumin, globulin, and bilirubin. So we have your spleen health. That looks good. Alkaline phos, ALT, and AST. That is your liver health. Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Liver looks really good. Spleen looks really good. Kidneys look really good. They're just dehydrated.
Okay.
Okay. So far, so good. And then as we continue on, your cholesterol levels are beautiful. You're not taking a statin.
No.
Wow. I'm really impressed. Even your good fat is good. So
Good. All
your
right.
HDL is greater than 39 is at 50, or triglycerides are 86. They need to be less than 149. Your VLDL is 16, should be less than 40. And your LDL is 109, should be less than 99. So it's a little high. I'm not worried about that though, because it's so tiny
Okay.
that what my concern with this is, did you just have a big meal the night before? Whoop-de-doo, not too.
Maybe.
Yeah, just reduce your trans fat in your diet as much as you can. Anybody can be happy with that and actually be healthier and etc. And another thing that you could do is increase your good fat. So
Okay.
avocados, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, almond,
Nuts.
uh,
Things like that.
salmon. Yeah. Okay. And then next is your CBC. So white blood cell count, no infectious process. You look really good. Red blood cell, hemoglobin, and hematocrit are perfect. So you're not thick on your blood, which I was concerned about when you told me about your testosterone.
Right.
Um, that tends to thicken your blood. And also something called post-COVID syndrome will tend to thicken your blood, and you don't have that. So you are
Really?
lucky.
I
Yes. And then the size of your cells, like the MCV, MCH, MCHC, all those are beautiful. So your cells are being made, and the width of them are made appropriately. There's not too many, there's not too little. And then your platelets look good too at 321. So next is your C-reactive protein. This is for cardiac health specifically, and it is at 2.7, needs to be less than 3, so no cardiac inflammation. So if we have
wow.
inflammation around the heart, we will tend to be referred to cardiology so that we can determine whether or not we have something called CHF. But you're good, golden.
Awesome.
Okay, B12 is at 457. I would suggest that you go up on that. So
Okay.
in functional world, our reference range that we go by is 400 to 2000. And 457 is a little too low. So do a 1,000 microgram sublingual under the tongue every day, okay?
Okay.
And I'll send you a link to that so you can kind of decide if you wanna get it there or wherever you wanna get it. But I'll send you a link to the one that I like the best.
Okay.
Okay, next is thyroid. On your thyroid, you have no antibodies, so no autoimmune disorder. Your TSH is below 2, beautiful. Your T4 and T3 are converting. So your T4 is converting to T3 without any problems. You're at a really good mid-range on all of them.
Okay.
It's beautiful too, okay?
Wow.
Now we're gonna get to endocrine. Endocrine is your hormones and all that. FSH and LH is where we expected it. Your post-menopause, okay?
Okay.
That's your follicular stimulating hormone and your luteinizing hormone. So we just want you kind of like, greater than like 40 on them. And that tells us, hey, yeah, you're fully menopausal. We didn't have
Okay.
any question about that. Progesterone, we knew this was going to happen. When you're fully menopause, you're going to be deficient in progesterone and estrogen, and you are. So your progesterone 0.1. Our goal is 15. So I do want to send in 100 milligrams every night for you for that. Okay.
Okay.
I'll get that sent in and I'll just do it after the show just because just for sake of timing. But we'll do 100 milligrams every night, 30 minutes before bed because it will knock you out. It'll get you into a deep REM sleep.
Yay. Mama
And
needs to sleep.
that is going to make you feel so good. Like you're going to wake up in the morning and be refreshed.
Okay.
Awesome. Estrogen is 6.8. You need to be between 100 and 150. So you're getting a little bit of estrogen from your food. That's called phytoestrogens like soy and rhubarb and things like that. Other ways to get estrogen from your food. But you're getting a tiny bit is not enough to help with bone reconstruction, ligament, joint, tendon, all of that. So we need to start moisturizing all of that. And so that's
Okay.
you feel better with your bone and joint pain and all of that. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start you. Well, let me ask you, do you want to do a patch or do you want to do a cream? If we do a patch, it'll be covered by your insurance, most
Okay.
likely. We do a cream, it has to go to compounding pharmacy, and I'm totally fine with that. Compounds are obviously the best, but
Mhm.
patches are very bioidentical to what your body's making.
I'd be happy with a patch.
So we're going to start you at 0.025 milligrams.
Okay.
You have an option of putting the patch on twice a week or one time a week. What would you prefer?
One time a week. What's the difference? I mean, as far as
Because
like how,
it's big for one time a week, this big for 2 times a week.
and how does it make you feel? Like, does one time a week like jam you up the first day and you feel
Not, nec-
weird?
not
Okay.
necessarily.
One time a week then. Less to
This
remember.
or it goes into the body very slowly.
Okay.
So, it's basically saying that's how much you're getting on a daily basis.
Okay.
So we do one time weekly on that one, and then your cortisol. You're a pretty healthy person actually. If
Oh my god, I love this.
your symptoms are related to your hormone deficiencies,
Okay.
your cortisol is beautiful at 8.1. We want you less than 10, and that blows my mind. So that's great.
Yay.
Now getting to testosterone.
Well, here we go.
It was exact opposite of what you thought. So you had high testosterone, you probably went boop, and your body just said, "Heck, I can't deal with this," and dropped you so low that it's not even readable because it's
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah.
That makes more sense to me, to be honest.
Yeah,
When they were like, "You're high," I was like, "I don't feel like I'm like Rambo over here." You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't have it. But
I wonder if maybe it was high and then I don't know. I can't figure it out what they were saying, or maybe they just misspoke
okay.
and told you the wrong amount or whatever. But you were less than 3 on your total. Normal meat is 4 to 50. And so technically in a functional world, we want you at 80. So you're less than 3 on your total. Now on your free testosterone, which is what it converts to help with energy, libido, muscle strength, all of that feeling of well-being, it is so low that it's states unable to calculate because the non-numeric result obtained for the total testosterone is too low.
Wow. Okay. Well,
So,
then I like hearing that better, to be honest, because I feel like that's
yeah,
something that's probably easier to tackle. I don't know, but it feels that way.
yeah. And then the other cool thing is that your sex hormone binding globulin is 50. And this means that once we start you on testosterone, you're going to be able to convert over to free testosterone without any binding. So what happens is total is your bound and unbound, free is just unbound. And so it's trying to convert over to unbound. And the only thing that stops it is that dumb sex hormone binding globulin.
Okay.
Sometimes it's too high, but because how you're eating well, I can tell because of your cholesterol levels. I could tell that you don't have inflammation, which is a good thing. There's a lot of great things about your body right now that are in the right direction. So because you're doing so well with that, your binding globulin is really low. So which is where we want it.
Okay.
And so now starting you on testosterone, you're not going to be wasting a bit. It's actually going to go to work immediately for you, which is really
Awesome.
okay. Next is your hemoglobin A1C. This is one thing that I think you told me about before. You are pre-diabetic. You're not diabetic, but you're at 5.8. And so we just need to start you on a sugar metabolizer. We're not going to put you on metformin that causes a lot of gut issues, but berberine is a supplement that does exact same thing as metformin without causing issues with the gut. So that'll bring down your sugar really easy. And so just to explain what a hemoglobin A1C is, it's 3 months average of your sugar, the amount of sugar that you take into your body. So I don't know, do you have a sweet tooth?
I do.
Okay, so that's probably not going to change anytime soon, but I do want you to try, okay,
Okay.
to rein in like the sugar and how
Okay.
much sugar and white carbs that you take in. So, white carbs are white potatoes, white rice, white sugar, white bread. Instead, switch it to brown sugar, brown bread. I mean, if you have to, brown sugar. When I say brown sugar, I mean honey, agave, things like that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you can do like brown pasta. Sweet potatoes are better than white potatoes. So
Right.
you could try all that and see how that works by bringing it down, but I still want you on a berberine because the
Okay.
berberine can really help you bring that down. And knowing your family, it runs in the family. So it's probably familial for you. So let's just nip it in the bud before it gets bad, okay? But luckily it's not. So we're just going to start the berberine, reduce the sugar and reduce the carbs, and that should be good. Another thing that turns into sugar in your body really fast is alcohol. I don't know if you drink, but
Not
alcohol,
really. Not
not real.
I drink maybe once or twice a month,
Okay.
if that. Like, I really don't drink.
Yeah, that's not the problem. Most likely for most people, it's just we love to eat our
Yeah. White rice, sourdough bread. Yeah, that type of thing for sure.
sourdough bread is one of those white breads that aren't very bad for you. So you can probably
Stay with that, yeah. Just because, like, whole wheat bread and stuff like that, brown rice tends to be hard on my gut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it tends to be. Yeah, so I used to what you're telling me right now, I used to eat like that in my 30s.
Yeah.
I was all brown rice and yams and all that stuff. But the brown rice really started hurting me, so I moved to white rice. What about like basmati rice or
Well,
jasmine
that's
rice? What do you think about those rices?
white. It's still white, but
Okay.
honestly, if I were to say anything out, if you love your basmati rice, I would say start with the processed, like those breakfast rolls and things like that, or the sweet rolls or sweet bread, and then start with sweets. Try to limit those and
Okay.
then reward yourself by limiting those. And then maybe the next week or next month, you can go to maybe cutting out something white, like a
Okay.
bread or a white rice. Don't deprive yourself. That's number one.
Right.
Keep going with it though. Keep going in the right direction.
Okay.
And I'll send you like a low carb type of a diet. That's really great. 'Cause I like people to eat every 3 hours instead of eating three big meals. They eat six small meals, and
Okay.
that helps kind of keep that blood sugar super even throughout the whole month instead of spiking and down. Because we obviously are probably seeing a spike with you because your hemoglobin A1C is a little elevated. And the only way to know that is for you to start checking your blood sugar every day, and I don't expect you to do that.
Okay.
Okay. So next is your vitamin D. And I'm kind of surprised with where you live that your vitamin D is so low. Let's bring that up. Vitamin D has always been touted as a vitamin. It's not, it's a hormone, so it actually helps with your other hormones. So let's bring, and you get it from the sun. And so if you go out in the sun, you'll get that a lot in your area. Well, vitamin D is a little low at 33.7
Hmm.
and normal's 30 to 100. But in a functional world, you want to be at 90. Okay. You really need that to pull that calcium into your bone, especially with you having osteopenia. You got to get yourself closer to 90. So I'm going to actually put you on a one time a week, 50,000 IUs, unless you have some at home. Do you have
No,
anything?
no, no. Yeah, give me because some of the vitamin D's are just nonsense. You know that.
Yeah.
So
This one,
you tell me which one to take.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a prescription strength, but it comes from the same place. I'm going to send you that link, which is Orthomolecular. Orthomolecular is a wonderful brand. But so one time a week, you could do it at the same time. Do you have anything else that you do one time a week? I don't see that you do. So,
No, but I can.
oh yeah, that.
Do what now? You cut out.
So it's the patch. So you could
Oh
do
yeah, I'm
the
good with
patch
that.
and the day.
Yeah, patches are good.
So, and I reason set that up that way for people because they forget otherwise, but you got to do that D, okay? And then that's going to help you because we're going to do so many awesome things to help your bones get to where they need to be in your joints. The D goes hand in hand with the estrogen, okay? Your calcium levels are fine, but your calcium's not getting into your bone because you don't have enough vitamin D.
Gotcha.
So we need to, it's all in your blood right now. So we need to
They
kind of
need a
like
ride.
into
They need an Uber.
vitamin D, the Uber. I love it. Yep. So yeah, that was the last part of your labs.
Okay.
So before I go over your summary, is there any questions on any of that that you can think of?
No, no. I mean, it all sounds good and doable and fixable. Like it sounds
For sure.
like I feel really good about the path forward here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're a pretty darn healthy person compared to what I thought I was going to see because of the way
Sure.
you're talking. I was
Yeah.
But you feel that way because you're not sleeping and
Yeah.
because your hormones aren't balanced, and we're gonna slowly bring you up like this instead of just like, "Zoop," we're gonna go low and slow, okay?
Okay.
This will be 3 months of being on this dose, then we
Okay.
recheck your blood, and then we're going to, increase you. And the testosterone, let me talk about the testosterone. That does have to go to a compounding pharmacy, and so it's gonna come in a toppy click bottle that you turn the bottom and you can hear a click and
Yep.
there's holes at the top. And so you'll just hold the bottom, rub it on that inner arm or inner thigh every night,
Hmm.
rotate sides every night. Okay.
And it's at night. Okay.
At
Okay.
night.
Okay.
So that you can do it in the morning if you really want. But I feel like when you're getting dressed and you're going to pull up your pants and then it's just going to all wipe off, it's
Yeah.
better to just put it on before you go to bed because it has a chance to dry.
Soak
Okay.
in. Yeah.
And if you're going to put it on your arm, remember, don't give anybody a hug if you're doing it in the morning for a while, or it's just going
Okay.
to transfer to them. Okay.
Okay. And then they're going to be all on fire, and I'm not.
I just heard of a woman whose testosterone was so high because her husband was on a cream and
Uh
he was
huh.
that night, and then they would cuddle in bed. And then all of a sudden she was like, I think she was like 200. And I was like, and it was all because of just transfer.
She's
So
always looking out to start a bar fight.
that's what's going to happen. All right,
That's
let's review
funny.
real quick. So your creatine is a little high. Your GFR, which is your filtration rate of your kidneys, is a little low. So this is moderate dehydration. I want you to increase to 2 to 3 liters every day. And then your total testosterone is very low at 0.3. So we're going to start a cream, and that's going to be 8 milligrams per gram to start with 1 click. 1 click is considered a quarter gram. So you're basically getting every night 2 grams. Okay.
So 2 clicks every night. Okay.
You can click every night, but it's an
Oh.
8 milligram per gram. So, I mean, you're getting 2 milligrams every night. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's a quarter gram per click. Does that make
Gotcha.
sense?
Yes.
And then the hemoglobin A1C is elevated at 5.8. This is considered pre-diabetes. So start one berberine daily and try to limit the sugar this month. Okay. We'll talk. You could do the white carbs next month if you want, but let's do
Okay.
sugar limit. Doesn't mean deprive yourself. Okay. You
Okay.
could have it. Progesterone's very low at 0.1. We want you between 10 and 15. So you're going to start 100 milligrams every night, 30 minutes before bed.
Okay.
Estradiol is very low at 6.8 and should be between 100 and 150. So start estradiol patch at 0.025 milligrams one time weekly. Sorry, we decided one time weekly. And I'll erase that. And then your vitamin D is very low at 33 and should be between 30. Well, I say very low for any functional ability to pull that calcium
Mm,
into the, so you need it to be closer to 90, okay? So
okay.
you're gonna start one of the 50,000 IUs one time weekly, and I'll send you a link for those 2 supplements, and then I will have you, if you can, follow up in 3 months for hormones only, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Do you well, hold on. So when we follow up in 3 months, we'll just do the same thing we did before. We'll send the lab rec to you, and then you'll follow up via telehealth unless you're in town for some reason, okay?
Yeah.
So,
That was really easy, by the way.
yeah, it is
It was
really awesome.
wonderful. It was
Yeah,
simple. Loved
I
it. Walked in, walked out. Loved it.
I know, and because you already have the rec, it's already been paid for.
Yep.
They don't have to pull up your insurance or put it in or
It
any of
was
that stuff
great.
really
Yeah.
well.
On my way to work, it was easy. It's great.
Oh, good. Awesome. Okay. This is
Okay.
Carla's second part of her journey, and we are really excited to see that she's a pretty healthy person. It's just that the symptoms that she is having is related to her hormone deficiencies. So we're really excited to see how she's going to do. So keep me updated. We have the
Of course.
text anytime and tell me how you're doing.
Okay.
And then we'll tweak you based on your symptoms if necessary. Okay.
Hey, man, and I need to be tweaked. So I appreciate you.